like type of theme song or something you play?
What's a good song? I don't. I could have.
That's fine.
Give me a good song.
I can give you like 2 songs and then start the show.
No, we can start. I told people I was starting at 1. So.
Okay. All right, I'm going to bring you in. Somebody.
You ready? Oh, say something.
Hello. Check your mic.
Hello. Hello. A little bit is just lower. It's not lower. All right, guys. Happy Saturday. And welcome. This is my first show. I am live. You are live with Real Talk with Reese. And yes, it was supposed to start at 1, but I'm in the studio and we working things out. Okay. So I appreciate everybody joining. I thank you so very much. We're going to talk about, first of all, let me just say, because I do have someone here with me, and I kind of tricked her into this. I love my friends. I need a little more eye candy to start the show today. So I have Miss Faye with me from Prestigious Fashions. She got so many boutiques now. I'm gonna let her talk. She came in. We're gonna start the show off. I'm gonna let you guys get to feel my vibe, and get to know what we're gonna talk about, what the show is going to be about. And I asked my good friend to come in, just vibe with me for the first hour. Second hour, we're gonna have on the guru of finances. We're gonna talk about generational wealth, how to get that PPP forgiveness, because we all want that, don't we, right? So anyway, Faye, tell them all about your boutiques and where you're located.
Well, my name is Faye Martin. I am the owner of Prestigious Fashions. I am located at 5706 Turney Road in Garfield Heights. I also have another location, 34510 East Lake. Lakeshore Boulevard in East Lake. And we have women's clothing, accessories, jewelry. We also carry men's bags and all of the above. So the one out in East Lake, however, that one carries new and used things for people who really like to shop on a budget. It is really nice. I think you guys should just come on out and check us out sometimes.
Yes, I'm excited. I'll be out there. We're gonna have some to talk about that next week, but I'll wait for that. You gotta sign them contracts before you start opening your mouth, right? So anyway, first of all, guys, let's talk about Real Talk with Reese. So first of all, I am Reese. Did you figure it out? That's me. And I have a business called Love Yourself, and that's what I'm kind of known for. I make the most amazing candles. They are in here, Yes. If you see this, we have a camera over there too. So you guys on Facebook Live, work with me. Have my wonderful, amazing smell. You can smell that from the camera. Got a positive vibe. I make positive energy candles. The most amazing candles in the world. You're not gonna find anything better. And so that is my passion. That is what I do. I am an engineer at AT&T. I've been there for 22 years. I know I look kind of like 22. She only look 22, but I know.
I definitely, she lit one yesterday. Is it Tranquility or something like that? Serenity.
Yeah, you like that?
That one started happening. What candle was that?
Yeah.
She was like, oh, yeah. She told me, the name of this thing. And I put the hot dog on that mug after work. That mug caught straight, man. I'm telling you, that mug caught labels.
See?
Oh, wow, okay.
The best. That's what I'm telling you. I get that from everybody. Anybody ever had my candle, they got something to say. They are telling me about what it did. I smelled that. I took the top off and didn't even light it. So yeah, y'all check that out. definitely gonna always talk about candles because that's my passion, baby. I'm also a purpose coach. Okay. So I was thinking this morning, because I don't know, it's my first time doing this radio show, right? I had a podcast with someone for a couple of months, right? And so I guess I have a slightly a little bit of experience, but I'm winging it. But I'm about that. I'll go with the flow person. You don't know that. You already know that. Anybody that know me know I just go with the flow because it's always gonna lead you as part of your journey, and it's gonna go right? Because everything has a purpose in life, right? We'll talk about that. Right. So this morning I was like, what am I gonna do? I've been running around. I just got back in town, and so I said, start the show. I knew I wanted to start the show and just like let you guys get to know who I am. Wanted to have some of my friends in here, and we just kind of like take it easy the first hour. But I really was like, I need to just kind of like tell them who I am. So this morning I wrote down a couple notes, okay? Because couldn't memorize it. I wish I could, because if I could, I want to be one of them people who memorize it. And you get up there and you be flowing like, roses are red, petals are No, I don't know about memorization gonna come because this has been going on for a long time, but I make it happen. So this is what I wrote out this morning. Who is Reese? I am a phenomenal woman who is raising phenomenal children to become phenomenal people. I'm educated. I have a bachelor's and a master's degree. I'm a lover of people, which is easy because I learned to first love me. I am divorced after 27 years, so happiness now lives here. I'm an entrepreneur who is passionate about her shit. Okay, I'm real passionate about my stuff. I make the most amazing candles in the world, and I'm a purpose coach. Yes, I do the most because I am the most. I'm the most caring, passionate, loving, dedicated, never duplicated, God-fearing woman in the world. My heart is big, but I don't do BS. I'm blessed because I was able to unravel my own mess. So that is who I am. I hope that gave you a little insight, but I definitely have the experience and able to be a purpose coach and able to talk on a lot of topics because I've had a lot of life and I've been through a lot of things, right?
Exactly.
And that is where we get our experience. Yeah, I got degrees, but guess what? I don't even, if you talk to me, Faye, you've been my friend for a minute. You don't ever hear me talk about a degree, right?
No.
Because that degree, that it really counts as that degree in life.
Exactly.
That degree in life is going how you're going to learn how to get through.
Exactly.
And that's why I always say keep the circle tight. Because I'm telling you, it's been some days I've had to call Faye and be like, so I'm going to need you to give me a pep talk on this. And you got to call somebody that's been through something and has not just been through something, because you don't want to call the person that's been through something.
Right.
And then they still there.
Exactly.
Okay. Exactly. I want somebody that's been through something and was able to thrive after that. A lot of people say, and this is an opinion. What do you think about this? I said I was divorced after 27 years, right? You've been divorced?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I want to speak on people business, but hey, this is Real Talk with Reese. So let me just tell all of y'all, let me do a public service announcement. If you come on my show, I'm gonna ask the questions. So be prepared, because only way people gonna learn in life and learn. I don't know. Let me tell y'all something. I'm looking back and forth because it's the camera over here for YouTube. Hey, hello, beautiful. Come on in. That's how we do it. This is our guest for the second hour here, the awesome, beautiful, infamous Raquel Robinson. More eye candy to the show definitely helps. But what I was saying is, I was saying that, like me saying I've been divorced, you have, and even if you haven't, you've been through something.
I have been divorced.
Right. What do you feel about, like, I used to say I'm a survivor. I don't say that no more. You know what? I'm a thriver. I'd rather than you ain't survived nothing. I went through that. I picked myself up. Right. I'm a thriver. I think sometimes you get a negative connotation with that word survive. Because some people they kind of take it as like a pity party. I think it's okay. You survive breast cancer or something like that, yes. Exactly. But I think we as women, no, look, we got to change that. I'm a thriver. I ain't survived nothing. I was already built to last, right? So my mama taught me some great things in life. My grandmother, life, good friends. So I think I would rather say I'm a thriver because I'm still here, right? I've elevated. What do you think?
It could be a little bit of both.
Okay.
I believe it just depends on what you went through in your divorce, where you can say, I did survive. It could be someone who went through a divorce that was in a domestic violence. They don't think of that as thriving. They think that I survived the torture. I survived the emotional, and mental abuse. You know what I mean? So it can be, both. I thrived, I survived.
I thrived after I survived. Okay.
Right. So it just depends on what, kind of divorce you went through, what you went through in your relationship, what kind of, marriage you had, and that's
That's true. That's why I like to have other viewpoints and different aspects. That's good. So Raquel's here now, and she is here for our second hour. Right now we going with the flow, right? Chilling, getting the vibe. I want the people to know who I am. You just missed my little phenomenal, but you are. She doesn't see me. I used to do spoken word, y'all. I didn't talk about that. This is spoken word, right? Poems. You knew I was gonna do a poem. So this wasn't even supposed to be a poem, though, right? This is not a poem. I was really just writing down bullet points, like I'm a phenomenal woman. I'm raising phenomenal children. Like, and this stuff started rhyming. I'm like, oh, wait, okay. So, but I'll let you look at that later. She always hype me up, like, that was good. So anyway, Raquel, tell them about you. Introduce yourself a little bit.
So my name is Raquel Robinson, and I am the CEO of Royal Financial Services. I am what they call a apparelpreneur, where I actually work a full-time job at AT&T for about 20 years, and then I also own my own business where we do credit repair, tax preparation, and business revenue.
Wait a minute. See, this is why I like people. This is why I like. I'm gonna play games with my circle for real. We tight. We it's solid. Let's take it back, because this is why I tell people all the time that I got a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. So you still gonna learn. I love to learn, and I ain't trying to be funny, but I heard that, but I guess I never thought with that. Say it again. What up? Because I'm one too. Then what am I again?
Parapreneur.
Parapreneur.
Yeah.
I am a parapreneur. I just
Well,
I bet y'all learned
and
something.
that was a good thing, because I learned that too, even though I'm fortunate to say I'm not there anymore, but I used to be.
Yeah.
I want to be like we want to be like her.
Yeah.
But
I used to be. I'm just on a total different journey right now.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
yes, I used to be there. Trust me.
she is clean and have a boutique, girl. She was in. Let me tell you something. She on that. It's a big deal to me. And she like, girl, you be tripping. But no, anybody that had a store in Tower City and wait, what was it?
The arcade.
The arcade. If you was there, you a boss. You girl, please. You was down. If you got a store down there, that's a big deal. So yeah. Anyway, I just love to give people their accolades. So Raquel is definitely gonna come. We met at AT&T.
Yes, we did. We met at AT&T.
And this is one of my she's one of my best stories ever. So I definitely gotta showcase her, because then y'all really don't want to work with me because she is my best. She don't right.
I was definitely in a tough place when I met Tanya, and she, pushed me up, had me doing many things that just sparked me into becoming who I am today.
Man, when I tell you, that's because this is what I say when I was saying that my heart is big, but I don't deal with BS and different things like that. The reason why I say that is because when you have a big heart, you try to save the world. It took me a while to realize you can't save everybody. You got to put your time and energy into the people that you believe they got it, and they just needed to be a little bit more pushed, and they already showing you something. When I met Raquel, and she actually worked for me, was an employee, I was like, this girl is a beast, and she don't even know. I used to be on her. Let me just tell y'all. I was on her big time. Like, if you don't use what you got, like, this girl is talented, and I think she's so smart. Let me tell you something. First of all, you're already an engineer, right? But this ain't nothing. She can do that work in her sleep. And I knew there was so much depth to her, but I also knew, and she knows she don't really talk with Reese, that she needed a little bit more I'm about to believe in who she really was, that power. Guess what? we worked together and built that up. Please, now I'll be calling Raquel like, girl, can you give me a little uplift, little inspiration?
Right.
And she done surpassed me, and that's what I want. This is what, I want anybody that I mentor, anybody that I purpose coach, anybody that I work with, as a friend, if whether you are a client or a friend, I want you to surpass me, or I didn't do my job. If I didn't do my job, if I can't make you believe that you can do anything in the world, then I haven't done my job. And so, she believed it now and exceeded it. This girl is the baddest. I ain't playing. Y'all know it. We'll talk about this in you know what I'm saying? I love my stuff. So, anyway, I just wanted to talk about a few topics. Okay. Have a little fun here. Well, not fun, but we all gonna have fun. Oh, you know what? Let me do a little plug here. First of all, I didn't really say a whole. Yes, we get it.
I will actually grab
one. So I didn't plug this. I also have wine. Me and my mother have a wine company called Chateau Embrace. Chateau Embrace. You see that? So I got to plug my stuff here. And to kick it off the celebration, this is to kick off the show. We had a little bit. It is manufactured and made, and I probably didn't say that properly, but it was created by Hudson Wines, which is also a wine company here. It is a minority owned. Shout out to Steve and Jolly, and they as a husband and wife. They have their wine is the bomb. You probably don't know, if you in Cleveland, you heard of Hudson Wines. Anyway, I have branched out with them, and I have my own wine, and me and my mother are doing that. We just went to Martha's Vineyard and we debuted our wine there. Martha's Vineyard is breathtaking. Okay, everybody got to go to Martha's Vineyard. We're gonna talk about that on the show. No matter of fact, I'm gonna try real hard because she's such a big boss to get Pandora on here, and she has her own marketing company and everything, and she blessed me to travel with them this year with her group, with the Martha's Vineyard, y'all. And it was the month of August. So I know y'all know, like Obama, y'all seen that little thing where Erykah Badu had posted real quick. I was there. So it was in Martha's Vineyard, and every year, the month of August is dedicated to Black Film Festival. Everybody there, Common there, anybody you could think, everybody is there that has anything to do with creativity, whether you write, whether you act, I made candles. When I tell y'all, me and my mother, because my mother, I get this from my mom, y'all. She can sell you anything. I'm not a seller. I am a make you believe person. It's a totally different thing. Okay, I don't like to be like, come here, what you got? I'm never gonna do that. I'm gonna give you this and be like, you smell that? You want that in your life, don't you? That's it. So, but we went on the beach and set up candles and sold candles on the beach. And when I tell you the support that I received, because it was so many powerful Black millionaires, and I'm not playing, y'all. It was inspiration, because it's like, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's a lot of us. It was a lot of them. It was nothing. They all had money. They all had, and it's not just money, dignity, respect. They all had this sense of knowing identity and knowing who they were. Great character. Yeah. Thank you. Like it was this feeling like we can do anything. We run the world. People think about Martha's Vineyard. When I say that, they be like, huh? Like we can't go over there. No, it was all us. Right. Obama partying. He go there for his birthday. Shout out to a Virgo. This is my fellow Virgo girl, right? Yes, we the best. I'm just saying. We got a show about that. But y'all know we are. We something special. Virgos. We a lot to deal with.
Okay, hold on. Shout out to the Leos in the house.
Yeah, Leo,
y'all cool.
Y'all cool.
I like Leo.
Yeah, she love Leos. But Virgos, honestly, I'm just saying, we just so everything. Smart, sensual, a vibe. All this. You know. Okay. I know some of y'all feel like that too. I know. Okay. Anyway, see, that's the Virgo stuff. We just be so extra. So anyway, speaking of extra, we gotta talk about this. And I gotta bring it up. With this whole R. Kelly thing that's going on, and we ain't gotta get deep into it But I gotta say this. This is my opinion. I gotta say it because if I see one more post, one more, and Faye ready to say she ready to get me, and that's fine.
No,
Come on,
I
get me.
am so not. No.
But for real, you're gonna agree with this.
Okay,
I bet you.
I'm sure.
If I see one more post, I saw a post, and these posts are from women,
Mhm.
and one of them was like, "What's the? I ain't tripping on R. Kelly or what my daughter." That's ignorant. Because I got 3 daughters, and then I don't care whose daughter it happened to. I got a problem with it, and I'm not about to be. Everybody got issues. The man was sick.
Yeah.
Yes, he needed help, and and let's be honest, we all lightweight guilty because we knew back when he married Aaliyah that wasn't right. That the girl was only 12, but she wasn't 12, but still, she was like 15. It don't matter. It wasn't right, and nobody. We weren't conscious about it, and everybody has their opinion. He doing the time for the crime, so I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I do. My issue with the whole thing that I want to talk about is all of these women, anybody though, for real, that are making a joke out of what did really happen. We know some things really happened.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everything is true. I'm not saying I don't know. But what we do know is that there was an issue, and he definitely had some issues with women. Okay, and for anybody to be like, "Oh, I don't care if you still listen to his music, but don't say I'm listening to it because it was my daughter." That is so. You gonna have to deal with that energy. I've seen that post like 4 or 5 times because that's not cool. Your words have power.
Oh yes.
You got. I'm saying this for anybody that didn't even know their words have power. So now I'm let you know, and I'm not mad at whoever said that. I want you to learn from it. Okay. Because your words do have power. Whether you have a daughter and that person had all sons, I don't know who these people are. But what I am saying is that hurt my soul. Like you can't be like that. When your daughter's so, oh well, that's what's wrong with our community anyway. We always want to turn around because it was in my family, but it's still we all family, and then we got to stand up for something so that we can stop this toxic mess, going forward, or at least be real about it. I ain't trying to tell you to get into the details and all of that, but what I am saying is you got to stand up and say, not make a joke out of somebody else's pain.
Right. I agree with you. I agree with everything that you're saying.
And I definitely agree with that too. I feel like, I haven't kept up with what's going on with the whole, I haven't seen all these posts that she's speaking of, but I am very aware of what occurred with R. Kelly, and I feel like he definitely has done inappropriate things. He has made wonderful music that we have all grown up on, and there's no question about that. You can't deny that. So
yes,
Some
I
of them
still
people sent
enjoy
their
it.
daughters to R. Kelly though.
right. Yeah, that's
People was going to court while he was at their cases. Their daughters was out there, and they was taking them to the studio alone. This man had that issue.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because they were sacrificing their child. So at the end of the
Some of
day,
these
it
girls
was,
running around here with R. Kelly's. I ain't R. Kelly.
yes.
That's true.
I mean, at the
And
end
they
of the
mamas
day,
let
it's
them do it.
greed. Yes, because
They
it's
get a
greed.
couple rocks or something out of it.
Yes.
And they running
Yes.
around dressed like this 30-year-old man
Absolutely.
with J's on and they twist. I seen it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Every day.
Mhm.
Every day.
So,
It's greed with
It
the
is.
parents,
Every
and
day.
it's unfortunate that they would sacrifice their children.
some of them. I believe that some of them.
but they do bring a lot of light to the issues in our community that
Absolutely.
people don't talk about.
Yes.
So,
I just couldn't get over. Like you had a wife for many years. Like
he said he was a Pied Piper of R&B. That was just the worst thing he could. That's where he messed
your
up at too.
wife. Yeah.
Like the Pied
But that
Piper.
go to mental health though. Think about that,
Yeah.
because I don't know her. I've just seen the TV shows,
Right.
the shows. And she was a young dancer.
Yeah.
And that's how you got her.
Yeah.
And that thing will get you when you really have a talent and you trying to break through and it's hard to get through. Things will lead you to do things you shouldn't do. You know what I mean? But hopefully, she said she ain't see all of that.
But you have daughters. He has, daughters. You have daughters by this man. You know what I mean? Like you really just, look the other way is what I believe. You look the other way.
Yeah, because there's no way you didn't know something.
I mean,
but that goes to mental health, y'all. I'm
Yeah.
telling y'all,
I believe that.
which is one of the big things. We are always going to talk about mental health on this show. And because mental health is major in our community. And we got to deal with that. We gotta stop saying that's why crazy uncle. No, uncle needed some help, y'all. Why y'all ain't give uncle no help? He wasn't supposed to just be crazy. Uncle needed some help.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't get him no help. Like, I'm gonna give y'all a couple of statistics. 19% of adults in America are experiencing mental illness, and that is equivalent to 47 million Americans. Okay. So, because I think when people hear 19%, they're like, "Oh, that's a small percentage." It's not. That's 47 million Americans. That's 47.
And I'm going to
people.
ask this question: when did you?
2021.
Wow, because I'm actually shocked. I feel like it's higher.
It,
Reason why
you
I
know
say
it's higher.
that
It
is
is higher.
because I've personally spoken with people who are in the mental health industry, and they are busier than ever.
They never been
Ever
as
since
busy.
the pandemic,
Yes.
that really put a
Oh,
toll on
yes.
everyone.
Yes.
Being stuck in the house,
It really
you
did.
didn't. You're so used to on the go running. You were stuck in the house with your children. You were stuck in the house with your mate,
Yes.
and having to literally deal with those people every day, all day.
Mhm.
People never experienced that.
No.
People literally, I feel like the whole world has literally been in like a trance.
It
And the
still is.
vibration of the world is like off right now because every person I have spoken to, whether it's a consultation or people are just like, I mean, I just had to take some time off work. I'm just trying to get through something. And it's like everybody
It's
is
real.
going through something.
And
And they're like the pandemic, and I'm like, Jesus.
and all of the divorces that happen during that
Yes.
time, and all of the breakups, and that's because you're sitting around someone that you
Really don't know.
normally- Yeah, and I really don't like you. Like,
Right.
for real.
What
You
you
know what I
doing?
mean? So you sitting down like you never
Absolutely.
realized that you were just like there. Like, you know what I mean? You thought you really, but then when you got to sitting around, I don't even like you. You know, so I think that's why a lot of divorces occurred, a lot of breakups occurred. You know,
People
things like that.
couldn't deal with their kids.
Yeah.
It's a lot of COVID kids too.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a lot of COVID. There's a lot of COVID.
It's a lot of people
Yeah.
that's getting along.
Oh yeah, wait. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something. There's some people. I'm gonna tell you, it was some good stories that came out too. It was some people
Absolutely.
who actually wasn't around each other, and then they realized
They love each
that
other.
they loved each other because one of
I
them,
agree.
one of the people couldn't struggle, and one of them had to help them with the struggle while they was going through it. Because everybody couldn't deal with the COVID. Some people was just like freaking out. Hey, one of them lost their job and one didn't. You had to depend on each other. You really, so you either went one way or the other with this. You know what I mean?
Grow up. Some people have to grow up. Everybody had to grow up. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to grow up.
you have
This-
to figure it out here.
And I
It
feel
was
like, to
a
be honest, the
blessing.
pandemic really was a blessing in so many ways.
It was.
And the thing that I would have to say was not just like on a business aspect, but just on a mental aspect, because you got to see kind of what was important to you.
Exactly.
You know, you couldn't get your hair done, you
That's
couldn't
it.
get your nail done, you got to be completely
You got
yourself.
to learn
I
too.
mean, people
Yeah.
are literally still walking around with COVID here. You know,
Yeah.
the guys and things,
Yeah.
they still ain't
I
had
got
a
to learn.
haircut.
Look, I cut all my junk off. I got a
See?
straight razor.
And you really got time to really just sit still.
You start learning stuff. You know,
listen,
car breaking
and
down.
learn yourself.
And
And just learn yourself. You know, it really
Exactly.
truly was a wonderful experience to
It's a wonderful
experience.
experience, but I kind of think
Somebody at the door and get me in. I don't know how. That's what she said. She at the door. So it was unlocked when I came in, but maybe after a certain time it must lock. But yeah, that was May. I'm glad you brought that up because COVID to me was a blessing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't easy.
No,
But it
definitely.
made me recognize my power. You had to be real creative.
Oh, absolutely.
You had to get creative, and but it also gave you the time, depending on what you did. Like we got to work from home because of it. Some people didn't get to work from home, and maybe they lost their job, and that's a different perspective. But when you did lose your job, I'm telling you, this was designed, and everybody sat and just really looked at how this went. It was designed for you to sit down and figure who you were and realize the world has changed. You can't do it anyway. For one, I don't raise my kids to be like, oh, you about to go get a job and work 30 years on the job, right? I'm raising entrepreneurs because this is an entrepreneur world. So it kind of made you have to get into that. You had to grow up and get in there whether you wanted to or not. Also showed you your strength. Because I think everybody could have had a little bit of mental time with that, in the house, don't know what's coming. Some people had a lot more fear. and if you were able to surpass and get over your fear, it showed you your strength. It showed you who you were.
I believe that. But honestly, myself, I don't think that I experienced fear. I really didn't. I stayed prayed up, you know, and I know that my higher power was going to handle everything. And say, I never, honestly, I never felt like I was afraid. You know, my grandmother would call like, "Oh, you gonna be in that house? We gonna need water. Everybody gonna be living in the I said, "Listen here, honey. I don't even want to hear that. I was not one who watched TV with news all day. I'm scared. Let me go get 12 packs of water.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm sorry.
I got talked about so bad because I didn't. And this is the thing. And I had a lot of friends. I had family and people who weren't. And I got criticized a lot because you didn't sit down. And my thing was, that's your, you know, I ain't sit down. They ain't sit down. Raquel was working. She got to sit down and work but I had to move to build my business. And the thing about it, I did not judge the people. Hey, I did not judge. And this is right on time for you, girl. We got the holistic queen just walked in the door. We're going to introduce her in a minute. But stay on flow. I didn't judge the people who were in the fear. I just can't. If you was my family, they would get mad because they didn't understand my passion for, I don't want you to live in fear. Fear is going to, whatever you got going on, if you have an illness or don't, it's going to create one, number one. Number two, fear can kill you faster than anything else. So my thing was, look at the bigger picture, in my personal opinion, and kind of look like, I'm a believe, like what Faith says, you can't, she needs to say it again. My faith, who I am, I didn't believe in that. It wasn't because I was being irresponsible. Right. I put my mask on, just like everybody else. If you had to put your mask on, get in places. I got up. Let me tell you something. My kids had to take vitamins every day. I probably bought the vitamin store out. I took vitamins. I took smart precautions, but I also believe in my immune system. I am a healthy person, so everybody got to look at things differently. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't panic because I'm on a different wavelength. Number one. Number two, I'm a real believer, and I believe this is not my time. Right. This is my time. It is my time, but it's my time to flourish. I'm on a whole nother plane. Watching, you'll see it. Pay attention. Right. This is the time where you can flourish. And I was looking at this like, energy is real, and I wish people understood that. So if we all kind of change that perception, the reason why things is going away, because y'all all like, and it was breaking up families. I was still feeling sad for my daddy that don't want to touch me and hug me, and I'm looking like, Daddy, you. I'm not about to give you nothing. I've been all over the world. Just give me a hug. Like, that's the sad part, because it invokes so much fear in people, and it's killing them more than the COVID. And that's why I was trying to say, I'm not mad at you for believing whatever you believe. But if you was protecting yourself before COVID from the flu, you was still protecting. I ain't gonna get all into that.
You can't pray and worry at the same time.
Can you say that one more time?
You cannot pray and worry at the same time. And I'm not just talking about COVID. I'm talking about everyday life.
Yeah, that's real. And I'm not saying it wasn't real. I am not saying COVID is out there. It is. But get deeper into what the things that are surrounded it. And I'm gonna say this because I saw a post that Deidre made, and I'm about to introduce her. And it says something. I don't care if you're not conscious. I don't care if you're not a third eye person, or you're not one of those overly, what do you want to say? Those people that, what do you want to call them? They always, when somebody always got to think the other way. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can. Like, conspiracy theorists. Oh, okay. Sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna get that a lot. But I don't care if you're not a conspiracy theorist, if you're not a third eye, you gotta know something ain't right. Ain't nobody give you $1 million to do nothing. And they ain't giving us no $1 million to do nothing. Come on, my people. But we're gonna keep it moving from that. Let me introduce my other friend for the first friend hour is Deidre Holt. She has a company called Loving Me. What is it called? Loving Me Detox. I know it's Loving Me. Loving Me. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Loving Me Detox. I know all y'all out here from Cleveland, you definitely know. And I should have said that in the beginning because I'm getting used to this, y'all. I know, People don't know where I'm at. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, y'all. I'm from Cincinnati. Hooray! Gotta say that. I know I'm getting a lot of don't stop watching because I said hooray. Don't be a hater because y'all haters here in Cleveland about my team. But I am in Cleveland, Ohio. I am from Cincinnati, Ohio, though. And if you're in Cleveland, you know Deidre because she is like the healer of Cleveland. She does all the holistic, she does detox. She can tell you everything about CBD, and we're gonna talk about them grow girls later. But introduce yourself.
Okay, yeah. So I'm Deidre. I'm the owner of Loving Me Detox and Wellness Care. My experience is in detoxing the entire body. I also do other things, offer other services, red light therapy, offer a vibration machine. I sell different teas and different products as well. And I'm also educating our people because our people don't know a lot about holistic healing, and it's really important to kind of reverse the things that medications are doing to us. There's no cure in medication, but it's curing herbs and everything natural that they're going to grow from the earth. So just trying to get them to look at that versus being on meds.
Yeah, so far, Deidre, if you wanted some wine, I have some of my Chateau Embrace here. You can have some of that. We talked about the R. Kelly thing, bro. We already talked about that. And we were talking about mental health and how important it is that everybody really protect themselves from mental health. There's levels to that. You know, you can be a little bipolar, you can be bipolar schizophrenic, you could be, there's so many things to it. You have a lot of anxiety. Anxiety is mental health. Some people are like that. Oh, that's different. I just have anxiety. That's mental health because it affects you mentally. If you have a lot of anxiety, what happens? You usually shut down, or you can't get out of your head or the headspace. And
depression. That depression is real.
The biggest one is depression. The huge. I have a young lady. Oh my goodness, and I got to meet with tomorrow. Now this is gonna be a good news. It is a good news story already, but she actually wrote a letter to her kids, a suicide letter to her kids, and wrote her out her obituary. And luckily, she has someone, which that's kind of a cry for help, but it's also real. If you take the time to write the whole obituary out, you need help. And write your kids a letter. She was serious. I was so sad, and it's just a lack of love. That's why. Again, my brain is love yourself because I know that the cure for everything starts with love. Because I'm serious. That's the best medicine you can get. Somebody loving you, you happy, right? You feel love, happiness puts you on that vibration. Vibrating high is where your abundance comes. You got it start with love.
So I am going to say this though, because I feel like some people feel like they are. That's the issue. Some people feel like they are loving people, but you have to learn how to love people in their love language. That is the key. Because you can think you're loving someone and their cup is not getting filled at all. Because how you love is not how they want to love. You know, so just because you buy them a gift, that you buying them roses, but they like lilies, and you keep buying them roses, they don't feel love. So definitely love people, but I think the issue
you get to know the person so you know they love.
The issue in our community and just in the world period is the reason why I feel like so many people just aren't feeling love and we have so many depressed people is because no one is trying to love people the way they want to be loved. They want to love them the way they want to be loved.
They don't know how. They don't know how. You know that?
Right.
You ever had, like, I know people that, you know, I love my daddy. He's OG for real. Shout out to Everston, you know what I'm saying? My daddy, Jeffrey Bates, is an OG in Cincinnati. Hands down, love my daddy. And I know my daddy loved me, but his love language is different because he never really came from kissy, I love you. He didn't come from that environment. So how you gonna know how to pass that on? But I'm gonna tell you one thing, put your hands on me. That's he come, you gonna die today. You know what I mean? Or say something about any of his grandkids. Or mess with anybody in the family. My daddy he coming for you, and he ain't doing that because that's his love language. He ain't gonna let nobody mess with me, but he might not call me every day and say I love you, but I know he love me, you know, because he gonna show up to stuff. Or you know, that's his love language. Where my mother is, I be like I got a funny story. Now my mother, we I love you, love you. And we always, our growing up, when I woke up in the morning, she was like, "You are beautiful." And this is a lot of people that are like, "You're so confident." It's not because I'm like, "Oh, I think I look the bomb." It's because I was raised this way, honestly. And this is what I want. The mothers and the fathers to know from birth, when you are raising that kid, the best thing you can do is to let them see how much they're loved and feel it for who they are at the time. Because I am 5'4". I am a very voluptuous woman, but I came from a family of tall, skinny. My mother wore a size 0. You won't see. I ain't no zeros. I ain't even got to. No, it ain't coming this way. Okay, you know what I'm saying. So, in sixth grade. I'm gonna say third grade. That's a lot. But in sixth grade, I used to wear my mama Guess jeans. I'm just keeping it real. Okay. So my thing is, I came from that. My mother knew that. I'm not. You know what I'm saying. They tall, a little bit lighter, and very slim women in my family, and they all are gorgeous. Okay, on my mom's side. My dad's side, we got a little bit more thickness to us. But my mother knew that, and growing up every day, she was like, "You are so beautiful." She was like, "Girl, I wish I could be you. I wish I had all that. I want them legs." You know, from day one, like she always, from the time I can remember, you know, she always would tell me how beautiful I was, and inside and out. She always said it from the inside and how important it was to be cute. You can't be cute unless you're cute on the inside first. So I think that a lot of times that we need to remember that. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even know where I was going. Oh yeah, so no, yes,
yeah. And I
got so into that.
And I want to say that my parents are actually the opposite. My dad is the more affectionate.
I love her daddy.
And then my mom, because she kind of grew up with kind of that little bit of that iron fist type love, so she's just gonna show up when you need her. You know what I'm saying? Whereas my dad, he was, if I fell asleep in my car today in the backseat, he would carry me in the house.
Yeah, her daddy is the sweetest,
sweet, loving,
I love her daddy. He been right behind.
Affectionate. Yeah.
And that's it. So that was a good perspective because her mother, and I'm gonna tell you the difference though. Just me, I recognized that when I met her. I knew because you could tell what kind of mother somebody had. Daddy's are the bomb. Because that you could tell who got daddy issues and who might not have had the real daddy though. If you really, for one, I educated myself on school to learn more about that. But besides that, just being a person in life, I could tell who had the bomb mother, and I could tell who didn't. And I come to a different place. That's when I'm coaching people. I need to know your history because I could tell who that mother loved that in the way that like. The nurturing thing, it takes you so far. And the father being as a father, being that man in your life and having a man, because like Raquel, she like my sister-in-law, Shonda, them two I can look at, they had a 2-parent home and they had their daddies, and I could tell they had their daddies because they don't give a gosh darn damn need a nigga. A guy. A man. I didn't mean to say that. I mean, they don't, some people don't really need a man, or even if they do, they spoil. They had that man to back them up because you always got a man in your life if you got a daddy that still love you and was there the whole time. I could tell like a woman that it's a whole different perspective, and I can't really explain it on a different show. But you could tell somebody that had that daddy in their life because they don't really care. I'm telling you, like,
but that could be a bad thing.
It could be a real bad thing. They spoil. Her and Shonda spoil, so they can miss opportunities. Yeah. I ain't saying. I'm saying I can tell. Yeah. Trust me, I know they so spoiled. These two. They spoil in different ways. She a boss now. Let me say this. Now she made her beyond 6 figures. I'm just not gonna tell you business, but we're gonna talk about it because she do on the job and off the job. Now you gonna toot your own horn. You are a 6-figure woman. Let's keep it real. Like, and I'm taking. I wanna. Hey, I was her mentor, so I got you gonna toot that. But the thing is, she is a 6-figure woman on her own. I'm not saying that she need her daddy. But you still, y'all spoil for real. Definitely spoil Raquel.
I don't need a man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Y'all, you do want one. You want one, but you don't need one. And your actions go by that. Y'all both that. Like,
and when you say need, wait. When you say need, are you speaking like financially?
So how did
I act like that
in other ways, if you're saying a woman doesn't need a man,
they real bossed up. Like I don't need you to buy me nothing. I can get my own
that's still
thing.
Financially. But that doesn't mean she doesn't
Yeah.
need a man emotionally. And
Yeah, but they can
mentally.
miss out on that if you're always
Saying you
so
don't need a man,
like
that's a
I
lot
don't
of
need
them
you when
just
you
saying,
because you
I
know
don't
you got
Well,
support
yeah, you
no
can
matter
miss
what.
out on it.
Yeah,
But in all actuality, if they come to reality, you do need them.
yeah, I
Because
know.
your daddy can't
I
give
agree.
you the same emotional and
Exactly.
mental,
Yeah.
stimulation.
Because I didn't know
that
that
you
she
need.
felt like that. When
Well,
you first met,
I would tell you,
feel
I knew
like-
that you was. This is what I know. I know a woman that knows she got it. You better go. I had to get it myself. I put myself through school. Okay. I know that. Let me just be real. Can we be real honest?
Absolutely.
If I ain't got the money to pay my rent, it's gonna be a problem. If you or Shonda don't got the money to pay y'all rent, you gonna call your mom and their daddy and they gonna pay it. Let's keep it real, because they get it like that, and you know that. Not that you gonna ask them, but you got the cushion to know that you ain't never gonna fail because they done took care of you, whatever. Y'all both have had great opportunities where you done had y'all both had opportunities where somebody can come and write you a $5,000 check and say, here, I'm just so proud of you. What the hell? I ain't, you know what I'm saying? You got a different perspective. And
Well, I am
it's
going to be
beautiful.
honest. I never thought about it like that, but I am going to say that I don't really ask my parents for
You
things.
don't.
However, my mom always, like, we had a family growth fund where my mom made us every check put money in an account. Me, my older sister, my mom, and my dad, and it grew. So whatever we needed, we always, if we didn't have our
So
own money
smart.
within
Those
our
practices
job,
are important.
we had a way to get the down payment for our homes.
Right.
We had a way to, you wanted to pay off a loan. It was our own bank.
Right.
And so I did, as an adult, have the ability. My mom, that was my mom. I mean, that's just how she set it up.
And if you needed something major, you knew if you didn't get it yourself, you was still gonna get it. That's a whole big.
But outside of that, I mean, because she set up something for us, we always had access to something. You know what I'm saying, on our own. And if you couldn't figure it out through that, I mean.
Right, but how many families got that, Raquel?
Right.
Tell me how many people in our community. I admire that. This is the thing.
I mean, that's a great thing.
I
I
love
didn't have that, growing up or whatever. I had to get it on my own as well, and
I'm not spoiled too.
yeah, when I was 18, I went to the military because I feel like I needed to do something different as far as my family. You know what I mean? To help out my mom or you know what I mean, stuff like that. So no, that's a great thing that you had that because of
it is. That's what I want to be for my kids. Let me tell you something. I'm nervous because I feel like my kids ain't want for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But you got it. But I also want them to have. I get on them like we're having a family breakfast tomorrow. All my kids are coming to my house in the morning at 10:30, and the breakfast is entitled "We Got to getting on track," because all of them they LLC. Even my twins, they're 19 years old. They got LLCs, they got their own business. You know what I'm saying? My son got his own business. Brianna, my oldest, they all had their own business. But I can see when, hey, we need to tighten up because I was bragging that y'all doing y'all thing, but now they got a little comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's time to go to the next level. Okay, I was proud of y'all. I'm still proud, but I ain't that proud right now because it's time to take it to the next level. I don't want them to ever get comfortable. You know what I mean? I want you to keep it moving. So I try to be like. I try not to, but I do get a little soft sometimes. And then they say I need $500. Well, you need to go out. How many Uber deliveries did you do today? Because you need to do all of that first. Then come to me. Where versus instead of just saying I'm gonna just give you the 500, and I've done that plenty of times.
So I am gonna say this. So even though my mom did set that up for us to, kind of have like our own bank, she was very protective over that. So it had to be like a need.
But then everybody, you might have that everybody always contribute to it as much as each other.
Me, Tier, my mom and dad, absolutely. But when the other ones she
I'm about to
wanted to
lose.
include, we had to kick them out because they didn't want to contribute, but they wanted to take. But my mom, absolutely. Me and my sister, we wouldn't dare touch that money because then my mom, she would grill you. What's going on with your regular money?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why don't you have a savings?
Exactly.
Why are you touching this? This is
That's what we
basically like
need in our families.
even though it was available, trust me, we didn't touch it because it was like she gonna cringe and then we gotta be grilled because we took $500. Why don't you have $500? You work a job, a good job, so even though it's always was available, we never touched it unless it was like absolutely necessary. The down payment for our home, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, because my mom absolutely grilled us to the max that our shit was together.
But that's spirit. That's how she grew up, right? That's a blessing.
But sometimes we try to instill that entrepreneurship into our children. It might not just be there. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
My
true.
son, my youngest son was like, I think he was 8 years old. And Victoria Whitmore had a store, on the corner of our street, right? I took him down there by his hand and I'm like, you can get your job. I'm about to show you.
That's a good one.
8 years old, he was working in the candy store, Cow Candy, right?
I know that's right.
For
How old?
real, he was 8.
Don't call nobody on her. He grown
He
now.
was 8.
Don't call nobody.
They were, I have 2 sons.
No work permit.
That's that real community love right there.
Miss Vicky said, come on in, and he was down there counting. He was happy to get some $5 a day or whatever it was. But today, honey, please, I tried to instill that in him so much. I wanted him and my other son to get their own business. It just did not click. Now, my other son, it's there. He works a job and he's there. He's hungry. You know what I mean? My youngest son, he's great and he has a good job and he works with CSX Railroad. However, that's, I just could not. So what I'm getting at is, no matter what you do, if it's not in them, you cannot make them want to be an entrepreneur. They have to want it. Absolutely.
Yeah. All my kids are different. Everybody has their own personality, but one that I thought was gonna be an entrepreneur is not, and the other one is. So
you can't. You're right, and you cannot force it on people. It kind of got to come to them, because some people are workers. And then this is the thing I don't want to make, because I'm an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur. Sometimes I might talk about it a lot. And I try to make that, and I even say that in my posts, and especially even when I'm coaching. You don't have to be an entrepreneur, because I think it's kind of the world. People are talking about it a lot. I don't care what it is. Your purpose is your purpose. Some people
Because
work.
it's a lot of work.
So work. We need people. We got to balance the work out. Somebody got to work. Somebody got to work. We can't have a whole world of entrepreneurs. You can make money working. You can work depending on where you work at, what you do. We cannot get caught. The world is so caught in. Now, I do say I have $1 million mindset, and I am about to get my millions real soon, right? But that's my goal. But I'm happy now. Let's make that clear. So you can be happy. You got to be happy. Money cannot drive you to be happy. Exactly. It definitely helps.
Right.
But it cannot be where your happiness comes from, because it's going to come and go. You're going to have ups and downs.
Yes.
So if you live solely for money, it's over. I know that, because I was involved in a family that's more money, and then involved in a family that's more love. And at the end of the day, when you fall apart, you want that love. You need that love, because that's what's going to build you back up. Because how you going to get back up? If all you care about is money is not going to get you back up. Even because somebody got to love you enough to take you to the facility to pay to go to the mental health place, right? So, you got to just remember that. I forgot to say this because I'm still learning. Number one, we are on NoStaticRadio. Okay. This is the voice of the revolution. Did y'all like that?
You are listening to No Static Radio.
And we have a call-in number, and I forgot to say that too, but we'll get used to that. I'll post that. But it is, if you wanted to call in and say something, it's 216-939-5087. 216-939-5087. You can call in. You will be added to the show. Answer questions, call in, act up if you want to. Some act up with you. But if you don't, show some love. I love it. I am so excited. We're going to take a small music break, and I'll talk to the girls and just thank them for one, give them some love for showing up today for me. We'll be right back. Hope you're enjoying it. I'm probably still on Facebook though, right? Hey y'all, I can't pause y'all because I'm keeping going. But don't pay attention to what we have to talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna go off and come back. Give me one more minute. Tell y'all people to get up on here.
You nigga been tripping, man. You won't know that you really don't need them. You treat you like something that you just like money, the person gon' get you. The back is only time when I get drunk and attention to hit you. Going on the head, she gon' let the ball, she was sipping on repeat. Got me singing like Fatty, I'm calling the pussy like Kenny. Cause that nigga too fatty. That's why she calling me. On the side, nigga. Side, nigga, that's a bitch. My nigga, ayy. I supply all the nigga and some of the drugs. She supplying the pussy, I promise. She deserve it. Just keep waiting for the time she rest.
You know I'm always gonna be telling y'all.
So, I didn't even know it was 214, y'all. I know. I was just about to say, I'm going to forget now. I didn't know it was 214, but they about to leave and take our picture.
Can't wait to see my baby smile. Feel like gotta get the light. Gotta get this way, oh boy, I'm never thriving. Pick it up in the truck, I just sing it different. It's said to be summer. Before I take over the world and tell my baby I love her. Before I take over the world, baby, I love her. Crazy.
Oh my goodness. We're about to come back on, guys. All right, y'all. Welcome back to Real Talk with Reese. I know I was gonna do something right because I can't help but be silly. All right, so this I didn't even realize. See, another thing, I need a timer. See, I'm learning things. Let me write that down, please. You need a timer. You need a timer. Because when I'm on live, I can't see a clock, y'all. So I need a timer. I need a clock. I can't come in the studio and change their stuff. They've been here, okay? But I was on such a keep the clock right here. Just for me. It's right there. It's in front of you, Deidre. It was already a clock. They already ready. I already knew I was the best. NoStaticRadio is the best, if you didn't know. They have over 2 million viewers, listeners. I said viewers, listeners. And they are the voice of the revolution, and they about that life. And if you come on there, you got to check it out. It's so many awesome hosts that have awesome shows. I am so excited to be a part of this team, right? In real life, okay? I want to learn. There's so many people I can learn from. I'm so excited about doing that. So this second half is 226. Oh, that was a caller. Do we hang up on the caller?
No, they hung up on us.
Oh, they hung up. Oh, my bad. Call back, caller. My bad.
Call back.
I got to get used to that. I didn't realize that. That was the ring. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to figure this all out. Call back. Call back.
You're doing good.
Holla at me.
216-939-5087. Did I get my phone number out? Oh.
Let me see. Let me write it. Well, no.
939-5087.
216-939-5087. Call in if you got something to say. If you just want to say, hey, girl, you look good, or you just want to call in there and be like, girl, you doing good, or you need to tighten it up. Tell me tighten up. I need to tighten up. Tell me tighten up. I love to learn. But this second half is going to be with Raquel Robinson, the guru of credit. Let me tell you something. I am an example, honey. I told y'all what I went through. I hate just bringing it up. I don't care. It's part of my life, part of my journey. And it ain't no problem because I feel good right now. That divorce after 27 years, credit was like, see ya. And I was like, for real, I don't want to go through this. But guess what? I ain't have to go through it because I called the guru. Oh, we got a caller. That is a caller. How do I answer it?
You are on the line.
Hey, who do we have on the line?
We're Real Talking with Reese.
Oh my God, y'all, that's my kids, I think. Is that my children? Jay's, that's my other daughter. Mia and Maya, that's the twins. Thank you for calling in. What up? Am I doing good? It's 222. Y'all hear that? I'll be teaching about the power of numbers, okay? You know what I'm saying? You got to teach them young. I wish I knew this stuff when I was young. Hey, girls. How am I doing?
Good. We love this conversation. We really into it right now. I mean, you got such a nice voice. Yes, you sound so beautiful on this.
Aww. Didn't I start out telling y'all I have phenomenal children? I said I was trying to raise it. I think I'm doing it, right? Exactly. Thank you, girls. Love you. Listen to this second part because this is important. And luckily we got the connect, so she's gonna be definitely helping you guys. But y'all all have businesses.
Jay's has her own business too. She creates wigs, the bomb wigs, okay? And then my twin Maya, she has a jogging suit line called Dripping Beauty. She also sells hair. And I'm so sorry, Maya, but if you go to Dripping Beauty, you'll know what the hairline is. I'm sorry, I can't think of it right now. It's the bomb though. So what is it, Maya? What she say?
Right, you can't think of your husband's name.
Say your hair business line, Maya.
Raw Extensions.
Oh yeah, Raw Extensions. That is so bad. I got a lot to keep up with, y'all. So Raw Extensions is Maya's hairline, and she has a jogging suit line with Beauty. That's one twin. The other twin, Mia, she is the best accessory. You want some accessories? You want to look cute? You want to look Gucci? Have the Gucci belt? You want some earrings? Some whatever you want to look good. I mean, she got the accessories. She got travel bags. Yes, travel bags. She's a boss. Like anything you need, you go to Mia Marie Collection. And so all three of them have a business, so they need to learn business credit. And she's going to be making t-shirts. And then I'm about to hang up with you guys. I love you. I'll talk to y'all later. But listen in, because you need to learn about this business credit we're about to talk about. Peace and love, young bosses.
Bye, y'all.
They're so sweet. So yes, what I was saying is Raquel Robinson is, she has a business called Royal Financial Services. And she does her one of our main things I know is credit repair. She does taxes. And I say she helps you build generational wealth, because right now she is building my business credit, and she got my credit score back up. So I'm so excited. I feel, let me tell you something, that credit score can make you feel bad about yourself sometimes, because it's not, you can't function without that. Let's go into that. Raquel, let's go into that. How important is a credit score?
Well, so I mean, it's everything. Is my mic on? Yes. So yes, credit is everything, and I mean it's just the world that we live in, and it's so important, and people just don't understand that. I know I felt like it was on, but credit is so important, and it's so important that people understand that it's work to build credit, is work to keep good credit, and you're rewarded for that work that you do, and everybody wants this overnight, but nothing really happens overnight. Nobody's success happens overnight, and neither does having good credit. It doesn't happen overnight. I mean, it's a reflection of who you are over a period of time. And so it's so important that people understand that. And so we want to make sure that our kids know that, if you have, high schoolers, they should have a high school checking account. They should already be managing. They're
so high school, don't skip over that. That's important. High school checking account.
Yeah.
So my kids had savings account, because I started them off with the Christmas money account, you know what I'm saying, when they was little, and they all had accounts. But can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yes, because I mean it's just so important. We live in a world where now money is kind of going away. They want everything to be contactless. You can pay with your phone. Everything is digital. I mean, and eventually we most likely will not have cash anymore. Stores are already saying there's no coins, and have an exact amount and all of this other stuff, or pay with a card and things of that nature. So they need to know how to function. They need to learn how to manage their money, and it starts now. I mean, it really starts before they're in high school. They even have it where younger kids,
Elementary school, yeah.
You can get, I want to say, I believe it's 8 years old, either 5 or 8. Don't quote me on that. I'll tell you. I mean, if I can check my email, I know for sure it's in there. But they just came out where it's an even lower age that they can get a checking account. Because they know that kids
checking account at 5 and 8. You think that they're not gonna grow up and be brilliant? Seriously, if you start teaching your kids about finances at 5 and 8, and not just say, because I think we all try that, right? Save your money, put half of your check up, but really, teaching them, giving them a checking account, they gotta start thinking bigger than just saving money.
Mm-hmm. I mean, my son has a high school checking account, and he's already
Tion is the CEO. Her son is my CEO of technology. He is
my chief technology officer, CTO. He's a little techie, and so he has already learned with his checking account, even though he's always had a bank account, he's always had a debit card, because Navy Federal, I was able to get him like a prepaid Visa that was attached to my account when he was, I believe, 5 years old. I've always made sure he had a way to swipe because he always liked to swipe my debit card. And so I was like, figure out what the tip is. It's 20% and calculate it. And, I always wanted to have him involved in those things. And so he's already realized that I DoorDash some food, or I went after school and got Chick-fil-A, and now that he has to buy the items himself and he's not used to me buying them, he's like,
real quick.
it's spending my money real quick. Can you buy this for me, Mom? I said, no, you need to figure out how to manage. You got to manage that. Now you see what it's like. Oh, now you want a cook meal? You want to cook what's in the house now? You understand that? Oh, okay. You don't want to spend up all your money? Yeah. You got to figure out how to manage your bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets real. They need to learn how to do that. And that's really what's wrong. We were never taught how to do these things. And so it's very important that we start, number one, that's what credit really is. You got to start young so that you can grow into learning how to manage that credit, because when it comes to business credit, it starts with your personal credit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with that said, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna just put a little tidbit in here because she got so much knowledge. She coming back on the show. I need a whole 2 hours with her for real. If I really thought about it. But I have to say this because it's real and it's real talk with Reese. You see how she automatically said, I started my kid out at 5. Don't you agree? Or maybe I'm wrong. And Deidre, I think we could have, I don't know if we had similar backgrounds or not, but one of the reasons why you knew that was important because you was raised like that, right? Your mom had you kind of like that. It make a difference. A lot of parents don't need it. A lot of parents didn't.
I can speak on it real quick.
Yeah, speak on it.
My mama actually used my credit before I was 18.
See, that's what I'm saying.
She
It's a
trashed
lot
my
of that.
credit.
Yeah, see, yeah, they go.
Can you
She didn't do it
I want
to my
you to hear that.
sisters. She did it to me though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
I felt
real,
really
y'all.
disrespected because I'm the male I'm the only son you got, and you use my credit. But you ain't use my sister's.
Mhm.
And I feel like some mothers feel like, oh, it's the man of the house. Since somebody got to take an L, it's gonna be you. Even though I wasn't the man of the house, I was the kid of the house.
This is the real.
I had bills coming in my name. 12 years old, I was getting looked over open.
This is what I was trying to get to right
I
here.
didn't have credit till I was like 30.
Yes. And this is what we're trying to
5
change.
years ago. I got my credit for the first time.
How many of us had a bill in our name? In real life, y'all, we got to be real. Like, this is like, and that's what I was saying
That's why it's
earlier.
important to me.
It's a lot with your background, that deep thing. It's a mental. You train like that. I ain't gonna lie. Man, I was spoiled. My mama is the bomb, hands down. But I also remember the term rob Peter to pay Paul was not even nothing bad. It was like a survival mode thing.
Yeah,
My mother,
like
you know what I'm saying? It was just me and my mom in the house or whatever. And let me tell you, I ain't want for nothing. You know what I'm saying? The minute that she saw me thinking I needed to go to private school, she did it. But I watched her work 2 jobs my whole life. Working 2 jobs to make things happen. She did it. But who wants to work 2 jobs their whole life? And I don't want. Now I'm working 2 jobs, but I'm an entrepreneur. It's a difference. I watched her do that, and I watched her say, and she had a whole different mentality right now. But it took her a long time to get there. That's that generational thing. Rob Peter pay Paul was normal. I used to be thinking like that. I lived like that for a minute. When I was in college, you know what I'm saying? And I'm paying my bills, I lived Rob Peter to pay Paul. Just because then you still survive, right? When you rob Peter to pay Paul, what do? You keep moving. This is when you fall out. Like you I'm gonna pay this, I'm gonna take that, put that over here, do that, do that. That creates a toxic mindset because now you are all over the place and you can't have the energy to be settled in life. You want to have that energy. Having good credit helps your vibration. It helps your mental state of mind. I'm telling you, because you're not always worried about how things are going. Back to you.
And I'm gonna say that just growing up for myself, I was not always financially savvy. My mom was financially savvy.
Yeah.
She always had a savings. Anytime any issues came up, we definitely had hard times, but she figured it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though they worked, didn't make a lot of money, my mom always had some type of cushions. They would save in savings bonds and, and cashing them in to pay for things, the down payment on the house or whatever. But on the other end, my dad was not financially savvy. My dad, I remember being a kid and seeing my dad take his paycheck and cashing it at the corner store. And my mom yelling, "Why are you cashing your check at the corner store? Why wouldn't you put it in the bank? Why would you give them those $3 to cash your check?" And it starts from there. It
Right.
literally starts from there. You shouldn't be cashing your check at the corner store. You
Right.
shouldn't be paying your light and gas at Drug Mart and paying them $5 to send your payment to Dominion. It literally starts there. I mean, that's really what credit is all about. Having your stuff together, having a bank account, not burning the banks, not being in check systems. You know what I'm saying? And actually keeping up with your finances. Because I've experienced seeing my dad not being financially savvy and the fights that they would have with the checking account. Because my dad would just spend, and never check to see what was in there. And don't know that my mom spent $500 to pay this, and he's thinking it's $500 in there, and he's just spending. They weren't on the same page.
Right.
And it's a matter of writing out your bills. You know what I'm saying? And communication and knowing how to manage your finances. So when you have good personal credit, that means you are paying your bills on time. You have to have a credit card.
So let me ask you this. What's a good credit? What's the credit score that's gonna let you go in and buy? Now I think everybody should achieve 800. Let's all get. Hey, let's have a challenge. I think I'm gonna put that out there. What y'all think? A credit score challenge, and then maybe me and you could get together, and then with the challenge, you could just help me with some credit tips. But I want to do a credit challenge because I'm real talk with Reese. And yes, I say some things, and we're gonna talk about some things that ain't got nothing to do with some things. That sounded like something, right? Some things ain't got nothing to do with some things, but some things. We're gonna talk about that thing, but not today. But my point is, no matter what we're gonna do, we're gonna find. I want a solution. We're gonna talk about things that are doing something. We're gonna find some solutions. What is a good credit score?
So this is the myth. It's not about the score. And that's what everybody is focused on.
Oh, shoot.
I've seen people with a 700 credit score get denied. I've seen people with an 800 credit score get denied. It's all about the content of the file. Think about the average consumer. What does the average consumer have? A car, a house. They went to college, student loans, a Victoria's Secret card, a credit card, a personal loan. They took out a personal loan. So the average consumer has those items. So that what your credit score, what the algorithm wants to see is, can you manage what the average consumer has or is out here managing? I don't care who you go to. You probably got a car note. You probably got a personal loan. You probably got a house note. You know what I'm saying? You probably got a car note and a house note. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody in this room probably has, if not all of those items, most of those items. So the credit scoring algorithm wants to see, can you manage what the average consumer has? So what does that mean? You have to have a good credit mix of all of that. You have to have a variety of credit cards. That means at least like 3 to 4, because think about it.
So we should
have absolutely.
At least a jewelry store.
And I'm gonna say this.
For codes.
No, I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even get any store cards. I wouldn't get any store cards.
What card should we get?
At the end of the day, the store cards are trash cards because at the front of the card doesn't match the back of the card. It's a trash card. And the reason why is
she went too fast. The front of the card.
The front of the card doesn't match the back of the card. It's a trash card. I learned that from a very good credit person that's a friend of mine that I know. And the reason why that is because if you pull out your Victoria's Secret card or your Kohl's card, if anybody has one in here, and it says Kohl's on the front, what does it say on the back? The bank is not Kohl's. Who is it?
Oh, that's deep, y'all.
Okay.
If the front of the card don't match the back of the card, that's
Like
deep.
US bank card.
Or community
I used to work for community bank. Yeah,
so if an
Christopher
emergency
Banks.
happened, what happened with the pandemic? Everything shut down, stores shut down, everything shut down. In an emergency, can you go get groceries with Kohl's? No. But can you use your MasterCard to go get something out of Kohl's and go get your groceries? Yes.
Yes, that's
So you always want to have major credit cards. Forget the store cards, only do them. Because at the end of the day, if they go out of business,
that's why you told me
the card close. And once the card closes, as long as it was in good standing, it'll be on your credit report for 10 years. If you had some negative items, then it'll fall off in 7. But eventually that card is gone. And the name of the game is, you want to see longevity. Because if I saw you in the store and we were both in line and you were in front of me and your grocery bill came up to $100 and you look up and you didn't have your wallet and you turn around and I'm your friend and I'm standing behind you, right? And we'll say I'm not your friend and you turn around like, oh, I left my wallet. Can you don't even know me. Can you pay this for me? And I go in the car and go grab my wallet and I bring it right back. Is that person gonna pay your grocery bill?
No.
Because you don't know them. You have no
No.
history with them. You don't know anything about them. But if that were your friend behind you, you've known them 20 years, you've let them borrow money over the time, they've always paid it back, you've never had an issue, and they ask that same thing, are you going to let them borrow $100 while they go to the car and bring it back? That's credit. That's credit. So they want to see how you paying everybody else.
Yeah.
So you want things that are going to be on your file for a long time. A major credit card. I've seen people who've had a major credit. My mom has had her American Express since the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen people's spouse who have had their major credit cards for 30, 40 years, 50 years. Mm-hmm. So that's showing if you didn't, we can let you borrow whatever. Because in 30 years, no matter what you went through, you paid on time. You got a history that you know how to pay. So that means you want to have things on your file that's going to show a good track record. So you want to have multiple credit cards.
At least three, right?
At least three.
At least three
major
credit cards. Okay.
The more the merrier.
As long as you can pay them. Because you don't.
Most people.
So listen to this, and this is the myth. People think just because they have a credit card that they gotta be in debt. You don't have to be in debt. At the end of the day, you really shouldn't be using your debit card, period. And the reason why that is because if you swipe your debit card, you go to the gas station, because this has personally happened to me. And I don't know if anyone has ever experienced their debit card being compromised.
Yes, I just
and so I'm gonna ask you what happened when I'm just gonna let you say it. What happened when your account was compromised? Did someone take money out of your account?
They took money out of my account. They were shopping in somewhere.
And what exactly happened? Tell me exactly what happened.
They froze my account until they did investigation.
And how long did that take?
Like, about 3 or 4 weeks.
About 30 days. And then during that time, did you have access to your money? Did you have that money? Anything like that?
Nope.
Not that money. You had access to that other money, right?
No, whatever was
they froze your whole account.
My whole account.
So normally they don't freeze the whole account.
Yeah, they didn't do that to me.
But if someone took $1,000 out of
they did until I went through the whole thing with them. Yeah.
I would have to go up to Citizens like, y'all gotta be kidding me. Y'all just gonna cut my money up. And they was like, okay, we're gonna put this in, and they had to put something in.
But you had to go to the bank.
Yeah, in order to get my money.
Was it like you was out of state? You trying to use it like a travel exemption, or was it like a PO position? I used to work
point of sale
merchandise dispute.
I'm like, I've been in Cleveland.
Somebody stole.
Somebody was out of state using your card.
How did they even do that? I had my card. This was crazy
out here, y'all.
Yeah, they compromised it.
Oh yeah, I used to work for PPP loans and stuff. They used to call, scammers.
And somebody was at the grocery store using my card somewhere else.
Like,
wait, what?
Because what happens is they do something like they have machines or something where they can grab the numbers, and all they do is take the numbers and put it on another card and use that card. So that's what happened.
Yeah, and somebody just did it in China. They ain't shut my card down. What they did was they didn't allow the process. They just that I know that ain't her, and just shut it. Then sent me another card in the mail, so I ain't have to go through that.
Okay, but the point that I'm trying to make with that is when that happens with a debit card, you don't have access to the money that they took. So if they took $1,000 out your account,
right,
you got to wait till that 30 days is up and they're done with the investigation before they put that $1,000 back into your account. Okay. And who has time for that? So that means you're inconvenienced. You got to go up to the bank, fill out the paperwork, do everything that they want you to do, get an affidavit saying that wasn't you, and do all of this stuff, right? But if you use a credit card, you let your bank know, I don't know what that transaction is. Immediately, it's wiped off. They investigate.
They
And
cancel your card.
They cancel your card and send you out a new
They send
card.
out your new card because your number's been compromised.
Absolutely.
So if you say that, some people don't want their cards canceled. They be like, "Oh, don't cancel my card. I'm still using it." I'm like, "You just said it was used somewhere
Right.
else, right? It's canceled.
It's canceled.
It has. That's the first step of the process.
First
Before
step of the
you go to
process.
a tier 2, you have to cancel the card tier 2.
Mhm.
So,
So the point that I'm trying to make with that is,
mhm.
you're really not protected with a debit card, and you're not getting any benefits using the debit card. So if I have $500 to spend for the week and I got to get groceries, I got to get gas, and I got to pay the light bill, why wouldn't I put that money on my credit card? I have the $500 in my checking account. Why wouldn't I put that money on my credit card and then when the bill comes, pay that $500, and now I've gotten either cash back, rewards, points. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't I do that? And if my card gets compromised, I don't have to be inconvenienced losing my money that's in my bank account.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we should be using the credit card, but the only issue that it is we're not in the habit of using the credit card for everyday use. We're used to using the credit card to splurge, and we don't have the money, and then we get into the debt, and then we can't figure out how to pay the debt, and then once you max out a credit card, the interest, and you can't keep up, and then you just say forget it, and then you don't pay it.
Right.
So credit repair is more so a mindset change, because you have to change your credit behavior. You cannot get a single deletion, and if you change your credit behavior, your score will increase, and you actually can get approved for new credit and get decent limits and everything with negative items on your credit report. You don't necessarily, because at the end of the day, the negative item has already done its damage. Your score has already took its dip. The only reason why your score is still low is because you aren't displaying any new good credit behavior. Period. You got a collection, you already took the hit.
Right.
It's not gonna, of course, other creditors are going to be looking at you that you want to apply for. You're now considered risky, so you're not going to get the best terms, or depending on what you apply for, you may not qualify. You know what I'm saying? However, you can still get credit with a collection, with a charge off, with negative items. It does not prevent you.
Help you build it back.
And it helps you build it back up. And that is the part that people don't understand, or they're not willing to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's the piece that within my company we're trying to get people to understand. We understand that that's in the past, but you have to be willing to do the work.
You got to put the work in. She was on me, and she's still on me, but I figured it out, and hopefully she a little bit. I don't know. I know we got some stuff to talk about.
Yes. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I wanted to ask a question about the about checking accounts.
Yeah.
And credit linking together. They kind of link together. Like, how do you get the best APR or whatever for a checking account? Because let's say I get $10,000. I want to get a high interest rate for me to help me build that $10,000 better. Because I feel like a lot of us don't really.
But you said within your
business credit.
You said within your checking account.
Like, they're not checking savings. I'm sorry.
In the savings.
In the savings account, because I got a friend that shout out to my friend Joshua Triplett. He's an actor. I might know.
I heard that name.
Yeah, he's a huge actor. He's on everything, really.
Yeah.
He told me about how he took $10,000, threw it in the bank, and got a high APR, and now he live in Hollywood.
Wait,
But
what?
did he buy a CD?
He's an artist. He's signed by Interscope.
No. Did he buy a CD from the bank?
Oh,
Because usually checking accounts and savings accounts don't yield that type of interest.
Right. I don't know exactly what he did.
Wait, say what did he told you?
He posted it on Facebook. I should go back and find it. He was, I'm gonna drop jewels on all my friends. I want to see y'all do better. And he was talking about how he got a high interest rate or APR, like a 2.5 or something like that.
Oh yeah, he probably got a good credit line, right?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to say.
So
okay.
that's and that's literally so. Go ahead. Again.
So if he's speaking, so it depends on. I don't really know exactly what he's talking about per se, but I'm just gonna guess. what he's speaking of is possibly business credit and your business banking credit score. Typically, to have a decent business banking credit score when you open up a bank account, if you have at least 10,000 or higher, you know what I'm saying? That gives you a good banking score along with personal credit.
I guess people were taking money, loaning. He was letting people take out of it, but adding money back, and then he was getting interest.
So this is what I think happened, because I think he got a line of credit, because I know somebody did this.
So he was taking money out and letting people.
No, he was letting people take money from his account, but they were putting more money back.
So then his credit score, when his credit limit that they would let him get more and more, because so it's like he took out $100,000 loan. I mean, they do this a lot, especially.
So he basically was like acting like his own lender to a certain extent.
Yeah.
That's what he did. And you can't do that. You gotta, and then you get 100,000, I think is what he might have did. And then you only paying $300 a month for that 100,000 thing. But you pay off 50,000, they're about to give you 200,000 now.
Mm-hmm.
So then he could let somebody here, I'm gonna give you 30. But if I give you 30,000, you gonna pay me back 35. So he making
that sound like
$5. That's what he did. Yeah, I know that. I know that
I'm
business.
like, that's
that.
why I said I didn't understand what you were.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about when I told you let's go to lunch afterwards. Because a lot of people, and I don't have nothing to care about no PPP and all that. We didn't really get into that, but just it's important to try to do the PPP forgiveness paperwork right. I could tell you that. We're gonna have to do another show because I got so involved, and I'm thinking I wasn't gonna be able to fill this 2 hours. I was so nervous, y'all. Me, yes. Even though I'm a whole vibe, don't mean I don't be nervous. I'm nervous for real. And I was so nervous that it's the end of the show. And I didn't even let Raquel coming back, because Raquel, I got people saying that you are dope. I learned so much. She is dope. Like, I had so many people been making comments on how much they learned. So my whole point was to have her talk for an hour, because she has so much knowledge. If you pay attention to me, I've posted it before. If you want to get your life right, you need to see Raquel, right? And if you want to get your health right, you need to see Deidre. Look at my life. Let me tell y'all want to know why I got so much positive energy? Because my people was right. My people code. And with that said, Raquel gonna come back and give us some tips. I ain't gonna let y'all holler at her. She at Royal Financial Services. I will make sure that if you go on my page, I will tag you again. I've tagged her in my post, so you know how to contact her if you want to get more tips.
RoyalFinancialServices.com, or you can call us Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, 800-507-4599 to set up a free consultation.
Say it again.
A free consultation. www.royalfinancialservices.com or 800-507-4599.
Somebody said, got to bring her back.
So we
back.
can
She
set
eye
up a
candy too, though.
consultation.
Y'all just want that eye candy. Hey, they cute and smart, all my friends. Hey.
Because there's a lot of people think they need credit repair. Some people just need education. Some people just lack credit.
Let me tell you,
and they're mad that their score is bad. And it's like, you just need to pay that medical collection. And
this how
some
serious
credit,
she is. I sent a friend to her, not my cousin, Silky in Cincinnati. She called her, and she called me. She was like, "Man, your friend dope." And I'm like, "What?" She was like, "Your friend dope." She literally, I went through the whole. She was gonna pay this money in her pocket. When you bossed up with them 6-7 figures.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying. Hey, man, we gotta pat ourselves on the back. But let me just say this: she called her to get credit services, and Raquel looked her credit over and was like, "I don't want to take your money." She said, "Your credit is not that bad. Do this, and that. You don't really need me." She was like, "Your credit." And she called me like, "Man, she gave me the jewels and didn't even take my money." And she just told me like where I was. Well, if you go to certain credit people, they take your money. They taking that $59.99. They ain't even doing it for real. And man, you got to come back. She coming back. All right, y'all. She coming back. Everybody, okay, she coming back. But also talk to her. Deidre, tell them how to get in touch with you if you want help. Have a healthy life. And with this COVID, man, there's so many ways around the BS.
To boost your immune system. So many ways.
Tell them how to get in touch with you.
You can hit me on my Instagram. It's Deidre Holt, DEIDRA_HOLT. Follow my business page on Facebook, Loving Me, Detox and Wellness Care. I always offer health tips, preventative measures. If y'all just do prevention, you ain't got to worry about nothing else. It's key. and detox your body. They are in my word. They're putting so much in our food, toxins, chemicals, everything like that. You got to get that stuff out your body so your body can heal itself. It's not a big thing. Our body is amazing. It can heal itself, but you have to put it in the right condition.
And let me say this, because we have to end that.
And I just want to say this really quick. I'm so sorry because I don't want to throw this in because it's just, and this is why I wanted to do credit repair, because to me it's the key to get access to wealth. And the reason why that is because if you have an opportunity, you have access to the credit to invest in the opportunity, you can get access to wealth. And they are trying to stop that within our community by they're making the most money off of us because people with good credit don't have to pay for things. They get perks and different things, but the people with the bad credit are the people that pay. Yeah. You pay more money to have bad credit than you do to have good credit. So it's so important that you buckle down. And sometimes it may take 2 years. So what? Start now. Start working on your credit.
Start working on your credit. Do I gotta stop right at 3, or do I get to keep going a few minutes?
Maybe so. Still chapter.
We're gonna still.
I had a day one time, like I went to this lot. One of my friends gave me a car. With my friend. He wasn't black.
Speak up a little bit.
I would say he wasn't black.
Mm-hmm.
So I took him. He was a smart, quick dude, and he had the same credit score as me. As me, this dude has a new art, and he souped it up, all types of stuff. And they tried to sell me like a 2015 Kia, the same price as I. And he was like, "Hey, yo, this ain't. We got the same credit score, you know."
So again, it's not the score.
But also, it's the algorithms, like you said.
So, because when you go to get a car, they don't look at the scores that you see. They're going to look at your auto score. And if you go on myfico.com, you can see all the scores: your auto score, your mortgage scores, your credit score. So it depends on what your auto score was and what your experience was on how you manage the cars. Because if you've never had an expensive car, even though you got a 754 credit score, and you only had a $10,000 car, $5,000 car, they're not, and you don't have the income to support it. They're not about to give you a $50,000 car, and
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what's going on, and that's the part that people don't understand. Depending on what your credit,
my car straight up.
You see, you said he bought his car.
That's because my credit was messed up from when I turned 18. I couldn't even put
that was deep,
my
y'all.
phone in my name in my own house.
But see, and that's the part that you don't know, because even though you had that situation, you didn't do that, and now you're out, and that was your out to get all of that stuff. But you didn't have to press charges on your mom. You didn't have to say who it was. They're not about to investigate that, because if that's a lot of people would be in jail.
I didn't know that, because I was like, you know what, just forget about it, let it go. You know?
Hey, so I feel like I gotta I learned this too, because I was doing a little study on how you do public radio, and I don't want to get kicked off because I want Marie to love me if she the CEO, okay? And I don't want no problem, but it's gonna be your fault. I mean, if you let me go over, so I'm good. All right, I'm fine. Okay, so let me just say this, because I can't give all the juice out right here, because I'm bringing her back. Number 2, this is what we need to do. So here's at the end of every show, I'm gonna say a little something, okay? And this is my message. Number 1, we got to invest in ourselves, and we got to stop playing each other cheap. Raquel got a business called Royal Financial Services. Y'all getting some wealth of knowledge, right? But you want some more, and you serious about that? Go see her. I'm gonna bring it on the show. You really serious? Go see her. Invest in yourself. We gotta invest in ourselves more. You know, and that is so important. When people say, they be like, "Oh, I'm trying to do this. I'm grinding. I'm trying to get to the next level." Okay, but you've been doing that for 5 years. Talk to the people that's at the next level, and this is me. I'm telling you this by experience, and we talked about it. Like, I remember we was talking, and she like, "I'm about to pay this $1,500 for this course." I was like, I could learn that on my own, and then I was like, "I feel you. I'm gonna just get this little $500 course because I'm already intelligent and I can filter too." It make a difference, because that $1,500 course also come with $1,500 connections. $3,000 course don't come with them $3,000 connections, and I done spent the money. And that's why I'm being honest, while things are happening for me, while things are moving, and I'm doing things, because I have invested in myself. I decided to spend that money because the money come back to you. Everything is law of attraction. Remember that. It's law of attraction. Whatever you put out is what you're going to get
And
back.
as you invest in yourself with, courses and different things, and you start taking those courses, you learn how to sift through the riffraff. The
You
people
learn
that's
that-
selling you fluff, and you know how to recognize quality things and when to invest, when not to invest, and things of that nature.
So, and that's my point. When I took that $1,500 course versus that $500 course, they give you all the tips. Don't do that. Because people just say you need to get a funnel. I want to know the funnel that's going to work the best way. And guess what? The people with the money don't even spend that money like that. I worked with somebody with Donnie Wiggins. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? And David Shands with the morning meetup and Sleepers for Suckers. And you know what I'm saying? When I learned from them, and they come from the airtime scene, yep, I'm dropping names because I want to you to know the level I'm trying to get to, you know what I'm saying out here. But what I learned from them is they using a lot of stuff that's free, but they already know because they've been through different things. And they'll tell you what apps, okay, this one use that free software. On this one, you're going to go ahead and pay the $39.99 a month because this is going to bring you $45,000 a month versus, it depends. So filter through. Here's the thing, I know I got to go. All I want you to take home with this today is number one, Real Talk with Reese. Hope you love it. I want y'all to come back. But be positive. Positive vibes can take you far in life. Your energy is everything. Your mindset. What I say and I'll live by, and it's a proven fact. If you can win the morning, you're going to win the day. If you start the way you start your day, it's the way you're going to end your day. So if you getting up at 12 o'clock and you're trying to be a boss and you're trying to accomplish a lot, you're not going to win your day. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you say, well, I get up at 12 and I don't go to midnight. I don't care. If the way you win your day is to get up in the morning. Start in the morning. I get up in the morning. I meditate. And you don't have to do what I do, but you got to start. It's here. Mindset is the only way you can win. If you don't have this set to what you're going to do and what you're going to accomplish when you get up in the morning, you're not going to accomplish it. Because you might do a little something, but you're going to be off. You're going to steer this to the left. You're going to steer to the right. Somebody can call you and be like, oh, okay. No, if you got a solid plan and you know what you're going to do in the morning and you write down today, I'm going to clean my closet. I'm going to get an oil change and I'm going to work on my marketing today. And you're going to say, I'm going to make 10 posts that I'm scheduled to go. Whatever it is, I'm going to go to the grocery store. I'm going to have a conversation with my finance. Whatever it is, you write those things down in the morning. At the beginning of the morning, like 6 a.m. at the latest. You need to be up at 6, 7 at the latest to me. If you want to win the day, you need to get up at 5. That's just me. However, you get up in the morning, you meditate. Take 15 minutes, meditate, be positive. I am amazing. I am the best. I am going to have an amazing day. Today going to be cold. It's going to be fire. I'm going to accomplish a lot of stuff today. And you're going to write it out. And you're going to write down what you got to do. And until you check those things off your list, you ain't done with the day. So, law of attraction, what you put out is what you're going to get back. Stay positive. Peace and love. I'll see y'all next Saturday, 1 to 3. I hope you love it. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Bye.
Oh, I forgot to say no.
See why you make candles.
Huh?
Your ass be lit.
All the time. Oh, thank y'all.
Honestly, like, I enjoy the shit out of this conversation.
Somebody know you on my live. I was like, tell Ian, speak up. Like, oh, you know him? I gotta go back.
Right, should know.
I did. Oh, I knew you already. Thank you. We filmed that,
My shit fucked up. I could say all that online, but I was following her style. When she get wild, I'm gonna get wild. Yeah, at least
And that's the part. Radically accepting and willing to work with.
World gone mad.
Exactly.
I don't know if you starting to help me
You gotta
already.
get
Like, I
that
gotta
work
stand on
together.
this. Just might fix your credit. I don't want to be like that.
Yeah, but that's when it starts. You gotta get started. You know what I'm
Yeah, man, I ain't, you know, I learned all this shit. Like, even like, you come that I got stuff to talk about too. Like, I didn't learn about health and calories and servings and all that shit till I was like 25.
You let this settle and have this.
Okay. I was trying to get smart, to get strong, to eat as much as I can. So I feel
That's because now you don't have the money, so you have to depend on low,
Gail was amazing.
it's crazy because my grandpa was a surgeon.
low cost prescription drugs, which is gonna kill you. That's not even going. It's not even going to.
Oh no, go ahead, y'all. I'm just, no.
You're so funny.
My grandpa a surgeon from Haiti. Like and all my family members ain't not healthy. You know, my uncle was like 800 pounds. You know what I mean?
Wow,
2 seats. Yeah,
And he was a surgeon?
No, my grandpa was. Like, you know.
And Haiti? Because Haiti
He's
is
Haiti,
with
from
like
Haiti.
a lot of natural herbs. Usually when you coming from another country, you keep your natural herbs and everything in your thing. But I don't
He
know.
worked for a hospital in Youngstown. He delivered all my friends. You know, down from Tucson. Yeah, and he tried to deliver me, but my dad was like, touch my
Right.
my mom. He told my mom, he's like, let him touch you if you want. He's like, I will never touch you again. Haitians, you know, they got their own way.
Longevity is not lasting. People dying, they got money. Okay.
Right now, it's the most important thing to keep it up.
Sorry,
I was on a radio station. I know, so
Is YouTube still going?
my girlfriend has her own.
It will stop you.
Hey, hello, beautiful.
Oh, dang, I never ended it.
They said you can really tell everything you said. You broke that shit all the way down.